Good morning, everyone. Isn't it a nice, well, right now it's raining, depending upon when you watch this video, if you're watching it recording or re-recording, but it's a sort of a rainy day today. I'm sort of liking it. My name is Eric Howell. I'm with the Urban League Twin Cities. I am a career coach and job developer, and we are so excited to have you at our virtual job fair. We have some wonderful, wonderful things to present to you today. And this just may be your golden ticket day to be able to get employment. That seems to be a buzzword nowadays, right? There's a lot of people that are unemployed, and perhaps you're not unemployed. Maybe you're looking for a different move in a different junction. Well, perhaps one of our presenters today will be one of those people that will really strike your interest and move you to that next level in your career. Or if you are looking for a job, to get employed. Let me just tell you a little bit about the Urban League Twin Cities. The Urban League, our National Urban League, is in New York City, and we are an affiliate of the National Urban League. The Urban League has been around in Minneapolis, St. Paul for over 94 years. That's right, 94 years. We had a St. Paul presence and Minneapolis presence, but now we just have a Minneapolis presence that has actually taken over the whole metropolitan area. We are now Urban League Twin Cities. So it doesn't matter where you live, we're here to serve you. One of the areas that the Urban League really prides itself in is workforce solutions, workforce development, getting people jobs, helping people change their careers, and helping people be the best that they can be in their career path. That is something that we do extremely well and have done it for decades, actually, decades. And we want to do that here with you as well. If you are interested in being a part of having somebody sort of take you by the hand, sort of steer you through some of those barriers that you may be facing, we'll do that for you at no cost to you. All you have to do is, when you registered, if you put down that you'd like to be linked up with a job developer, all you have to do is say yes. If you didn't say yes and you didn't know what that meant and you said no, here's your opportunity to say yes by just calling 612-302-3100. Again, that's 612-302-3100. You see it right here on your screen. We're here for you. Don't bring any money, just bring yourself, bring a willing heart, and be able to listen to something that we will have to show you and tell you of how to excel into that next level. But the Urban League doesn't only do jobs and those type of things, but we also have wealth accumulation, helping you with your finances. We also have an area for youth in development, college readiness in that area as well. And we also have a housing division as well to help you, having a little landlord trouble, having a little trouble getting your first home. We can take care of all those things for you. The Urban League is a one-stop shop for all of your needs. And if we can't help you with that need, guess what? We have resources and partners who may be able to do it. So give us a try. Be there. We're there for you. Just be there for us, and we'll make sure that you're taken care of. Today, this is a virtual job fair, and we have four employers, four corporations that are here that have jobs that are just waiting to be filled. Now that is good news, isn't it? A job that they'll actually pay you, you'll get paid. And not only will you get paid, they've got benefits, they've got all those things. They got the cocktail package of everything that you are looking for. And we're going to talk about that today. I just want to also welcome our Facebook viewers. Hello, Facebook people. All those that are on Facebook, feel free to chat. If you have questions and comments, go ahead and just type them in your chat on Facebook, and we have a moderator in Facebook that will be there also to help you. For all of you that are here with us on Zoom this morning, You can also ask your questions. If you just go to the toolbar, wherever your toolbar is, on whatever side of the screen your toolbar is, if you touch your screen or move your mouse a little bit, that toolbar will pop up. There's going to be an area in there that says chat. And that's where you will put all of your questions. If you have a question for an employer, just type the question in. Listen to who the employer's name is and just say, you know, I got a question for so-and-so. Type that in there. And we have a moderator that's monitoring the chat section that will answer your questions, and we will answer your questions as well in chat. Today, all of our attendees, our audience, you can keep your cameras off and you can keep your microphones off. Isn't that great? You can sit back, relax. We'll do all the speaking and all the presenting to you. All that we ask is when our presenters come on, they'll be the only ones that will have to turn on their camera and their audio. Let's get going, right? We have 4, that's right, as I said before, we have 4 companies today. We have Michels, we have Excalibur Protection Agency, we have Ramsey County, and Asmodee North America. They all have positions and they're all waiting for you. So let's get started with our first presenter. I'm going to ask Rosa Quinones, our HR recruiter at Asmodee North America, to go ahead, turn on her camera, turn on her microphone. And we are so excited, Rosa, to have you with us this morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. How are you today?
I am doing excellent because you're here today. Ta-da! Doesn't that make your heart just patter?
Absolutely.
You've got some jobs to tell us about today. Well, I am going to switch off here and I'm going to let you take it from here. Asmodee North America, everyone, you're listening to Rosa.
Awesome. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the career fair. Thanks so much for joining us. I am Rosa. I'm the recruiter here at Asmodee North America. We have many openings and we are so excited to be able to present those to you today. We are a gaming company. We create board games. We design them. We do all of that fun stuff. We have positions anywhere from a warehouse employee all the way up to IT professionals, supply chain professionals. We have lots and lots of openings. We do have some great information on our company with how our gaming works. You know, we have games for entertainment, games for family. We do things like Spot It and Ticket to Ride, as well as Catan. Lots and lots of great games. Next slide, please. Sorry, can we go to the next slide? Well, either way, I will go ahead and I will dive into our open positions. We currently have an IT development manager, supply chain project manager. We have senior application developer, ERP business analyst, trade marketing manager, mass channel, business development specialist, IT operations manager. We have sales representative positions as well as warehouse associate positions for the first, second, and third shift. With those wide variety of shifts, it makes it really easy for you to be able to decide, you know, around kids' school schedules, you know, your partner's schedule, and being able to actually be home if you need to be home. Next slide, please. This goes over our onboarding flow chart. So essentially what happens is you apply for our role, we review it, we reach out to you for a phone screen. After that, we present your phone screen and your background to the hiring manager. From there, you interview with the hiring manager. Some positions do require 2 to 3 interviews. Those are for those upper level management roles. And as long as those go well, then we go into the offer process. Next slide, please. Once the offer is accepted, we schedule your orientation. That is when the background paperwork starts to be processed. And then we schedule your orientation and get you up to date. Great things to know are typically our hiring process takes about 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes it takes a week to review candidates. Once that happens, it can take up to 2 weeks for the hiring process. So, you know, we extend the offer, we present you with the offer. Then as long as you accept, you go into the background paperwork, the job acceptance paperwork, and everything along those lines, and we get anything ordered that we need to order for your role. We do background checks on all employees. Some, like I said, some positions require multiple interviews. Our positions all require a letter of interest, which is kind of like a cover letter, just specific to Asmodee, that covers some of your background, why you're interested, and what makes you a great employee. And we are definitely an equal opportunity employer. We strive to celebrate all diversity. Next slide, please. As you can see, we have 3 recruiters. I'm the primary recruiter, but Allery and Colleen are my co-workers. They are also always happy to help. Our positions are in 3 separate locations, and we are striving to make sure and stay ahead of the COVID issues. So we make sure that all of our spaces are very safe. And that's it. That's Asmodee.
Rosa, wow. So I'm really curious because we sort of skipped a slide and you were talking about a little bit more. So expound a little bit more upon what do people do there? Are they actually creating video games?
So it's board games. So we actually design and create board games, as well as doing the creation of all of the figurines. We do the shipping of them. We sell to small stores, large stores, individual people. We have a website that you can actually order them on. We kind of do everything we do is centered around games.
So is there any games that you can mention that I would know?
So our top 3 are Spot It, which is the little it's a round game like this, and it's matching. A lot of kids love that game. Ticket to Ride is one of our other top ones. And then we also have Catan, which used to be called Settlers of Catan, but it is now Catan.
Excellent, excellent. So the type of positions, do you generally have to have a background in that type of art, graphics, those type of things?
Not necessarily. We are always looking for people who are looking to learn. People who have experience with customer service can come into like a sales role or customer service role and show interest in wanting to learn about those other positions. And we are happy to share that information. And we encourage learning where we're at.
So on-the-job training, basically.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Well, see, listen to that, people. Listen to that. Willing to help, willing to train you into a career. While you get paid, you're being trained. So that's an excellent thing. That's an excellent thing. So those positions that you mentioned just a little while ago, are those just a few, or do you have more on your website as well?
We actually do have a couple more on our website that weren't listed, only because they're new, and we do have some additional positions opening up in our pipeline that just are going through the approval process. So we always have positions.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. I love it. I love it. Ray, are there any questions pending right now for Rosa?
Not at this time, Eric.
Okay, and our Facebook moderator, I don't think we have anything in Facebook right now as well. Okay, Rosa, thank you so much. We'll see you back at our panel discussion in just a few.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was Rosa Quiones, HR recruiter with Asmodee North America. So any of you that are listening and watching, if you are interested in games, board games, how to put those together and to create, have ideas and all the things that go around that, but way more than just actually playing a game, right? They're willing to train you into that field, and you're getting paid while you're getting trained. So it may be a career move for some of you. So consider that. Rosa's information for her contact is right in your chat box. Take a look, give her a call, send her a text or whatever it is that she has in there, emails. Our next presenter is coming from a company I'm really interested and curious about this one. It's called Excalibur Protection Agency. Doesn't that sound like just do, Excalibur? We have Antoine Beek Sr., who is the supervisor. Antoine, you can come on board and turn on your mic and your audio and your video, that is. And we will learn about Excalibur, makes me think of Renaissance Festival and knights in shining armors and things like that. Excalibur! So it's so good to have you, Antoine. So good to have you. How are you doing today? Got your mic on?
Oh, hold on. All
there
right.
you go. I can hear you now. I can hear you. I hear you. I see you. So I know Excalibur is not Secret Service protecting our government officials and presidents and all those type of things that are celebrities. I know it's something way different than what I'm saying it is. So I'm going to let you take this time out to tell us, what is Excalibur Protection Agency and how can people get on board? Take it away, Antoine.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to follow up with such a previous wonderful presentation by Rosa there. However, we are a security agency currently looking for staffing for everything from apartment buildings to commercial buildings, patrol. There's just a variety of different things that one is able to do. We have armed positions, we have unarmed positions. And let me just kind of back up and kind of go to the beginning as far as what it kind of takes to, I guess, perform security within the state of Minnesota. One, you have to obviously apply for whatever company that you're seeking, Excalibur. And then we set you up, with an interview, and the wage kind of varies from unarmed to armed, and that also kind of depends on your experience. Some people just have very little experience, and some has a lot of more experience. And then it also kind of depends a little bit too on the account of where we're placing you at, because of the price range of the agreement that we have with that particular client. And then once you accept the position, we then put you through a state mandatory 12-hour assessment course, which is not very hard at all. And that is basically just saying that, enough in the state of Minnesota to kind of go out and help protect and secure various clients, vendors, assets, et cetera, et cetera. We provide, uniform shirt. We provide you the badge. We provide you some training, things of that nature. But again, it just kind of depends on, which account you're at, things of that nature. We have again, just kind of a ton of opportunity for you to become a corporal, a sergeant, various supervisor. There's some opportunity even for you to rise up in the ranks of management. So there's a lot of things there. And that's, for the most part, I guess that's kind of who we are and kind of what we're doing. But we have, like I said, just a ton of opportunity open right now.
Wow, Antoine. So you do. So do you get into celebrity protection in those type of areas?
Yeah, we do some celebrity protection. We have done stuff for various movies. Again, we have apartment complexes, commercial complexes. It's almost no venue is really too small, and no venue is really too big, just as long as we have the staffing and the agreement is made between us and the client.
Excellent. Can I ask you, what type of starting wages do you generally have for beginner entry?
So someone just kind of coming in with kind of like, let's say, no to very little experience, and they're unarmed, you're looking at roughly about $13 to $14 an hour. Someone that has, let's just say, a little bit more experience, and they may be an armed security guard, you're looking at more of like around about $15, $16 an hour. But again, like I said before, that also kind of depends on that particular client, because if we have a kind of a higher paying client, then we can kind of tend to even pay a little bit more.
Okay. And these are full-time permanent positions?
Some are part-time and some are full-time. But yes, there are permanent. Nothing is seasonal.
Okay. And then when we speak about part-time, are we talking various hours? Does it vary between morning, afternoon shifts, evening shifts? And are they like 4-hour days? Just in case somebody wants to do a moonlighting job on the side.
Yeah, we have everything from some day stuff, some afternoon, some day stuff, some evening stuff, and some night stuff. In security, most of the stuff is in the evening or at night, pretty much after management or whomever has kind of left for the day, and they still want someone to kind of watch over their assets. But a lot of it honestly is based on the employee's availability. So if they are, free for just one day a week, then, we work around their schedule. If they want something that's more 3 or 4 days a week, then we do that. And as you know, with COVID and some other things that are kind of going on, things are just kind of up in the air right now with people needing to be at home and so on and so forth.
Right, right. So this would be an opportunity for somebody that wants to have just sort of a little side hustle on the side. They could probably squeeze in some hours with you as well if they have a full-time daytime job or something like that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's the perfect position for those that have a daytime job and they just might want to pick up something in the evening or maybe something on the weekend, which is our most busiest times and where we have our most need at is in the evening and I should say at nights and on the weekends.
Let me ask you, Antoine, are sporting events part of your contracts as well?
Yeah, we do, like I said, we do sporting events. We do a lot of different things. Again, it's just based on the client's needs and us making sure that we're able to provide them with their needs.
Excellent, excellent. That's so listen to that. You may be able to get into that Super Bowl when it comes back because of Antoine, free of charge. Thank you, Antoine. We will have you come back at the end for our panel discussion. Ray, is there any comments or questions in chat for Antoine at this time?
Yes, there are a couple of questions regarding training and also background checks. If somebody has a felony, what's the situation with that? And also, is self-defense and gun training a part of the training process?
Oh, that sounds like there's about 6 questions or so in that one question. Let me see if I can get them all in order here. Training, yes, we do provide the necessary training in order for you to be successful at whatever account that we put you at. And I would be primarily one of your primary supervisors, if you will, that you would go to. And there's no way that I will ever put you anywhere and see you fail. Never. I even if I had to come there myself and work with you. Gun training. There are several different ways in order for you to obtain your permit to carry. I believe that was one of the questions. There's several ways you're able to do that, but yes, we have people on the team that are partners that we work with to make sure that gets done. Some of that is definitely an investment on your end, meaning that you have to kind of provide your own firearm. You would have to kind of pay for your own class that you have to take, which is like a firearms training class, which is $100. Then you have to go down to Hennepin County and apply for your permit, which is another $100. There is a little bit of an investment on your end. I think there was a question about felonies. I would have to look at your particular situation because most felonies, and I won't get too particular into that right now because I don't want to take up too much time or share too much information because I don't know your situation. But most felonies, when it kind of comes to theft, drugs, there's a couple of others that I can't think of right off the top of my head. that will disqualify you. However, there is a time frame. So if these things are more than 7 years old and longer, then there's certain things that we can kind of take into consideration and help you possibly get that removed from your record and then still be able to bring you on. There was another question in there and I kind of forgot which one it was. Can you maybe repeat it for me?
In terms of the self-defense and peacemaking functions of the job, how much training goes into that?
Self-defense, yes. Again, there definitely is some self-defense, but we're very huge on de-escalation. We are not an agency that really kind of go hands-on, with individuals. The only way that, you should ever really kind of go hands-on is if someone is attempting to kind of personally attack you, or you definitely see the need to keep somebody else from seriously being injured. But again, there's training that we would provide for that, because there's other steps that need to happen before certain things would take place, before one would be able to get physical with another.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Antoine. We will have you come back at the panel discussion. So those that are out there that have more questions for Antoine, even Rosa, start putting them together, because we will be back. We also have our Facebook viewers as well. Make sure that if you have questions, we will answer your questions as well while we are live, that is. And you can certainly go ahead and put them in the comments section in Facebook, and we will have our moderator share those questions with us as well. Thank you, Antoine.
Thank you.
We'll see you in a bit.
All righty.
Our next presenter is from a company called Michels. And many of you may think that Michels is Michels Retail, but it's not. We're going to spin off that. It's actually spelled differently as well, I believe, than the retailer. We're going to have a spin off of that, and you're going to find out what Michels really is. I'm going to welcome with us today DJ Ray. Hello, DJ. Make sure that your microphone is on. He is the talent acquisition specialist with Michels. Welcome to Michels. DJ, can you hear me now? Can I hear you now? Try it again. Oh, we can't hear you.
Oh, now.
There we go. There we go. We got you on board. We got you on board. There you go. Nice, loud and clear. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you, DJ. How are things going on the Michels side?
Good, good. We're busy as ever. This is, with us being a construction company, which I'll kind of get into, this is definitely by far our biggest and busiest time of the year. So like Eric said, I am DJ. I'm with Michels Corporation. Go ahead and flip to the next slide. It'll just kind of start us off. So we are a utility and transportation company. So basically what that means is basically we get into anything from power, such as overhead lights. We get into oil and gas, road work, sewer and water, things like that. Basically everything that you and I, use for granted for every day. So go ahead and skip a couple slides here. One more, sorry. So with this, we are a large company. We're a nationwide company. We do have over 8,000 people. One thing I always like to say is, if any of you ever like to play with Tonka toys as a kid, we have over 14,000 pieces of equipment, and that's about half of what we actually use throughout the years. So we are definitely a very large company, and playing with dirt and playing with sand and water, and it's kind of every kid's dream to do when they get older. So go ahead and go to the next one. So we do have 40 locations throughout North America. We do have 3 actually right there in the Twin Cities. We have 1 up in Rogers, 1 on the south side in Lakeville, and then we have 1 in Brooklyn Park. So we got a couple different roles that kind of play throughout those certain offices. But obviously, as you can tell, if you're looking to travel or move, or you just want to just work and kind of see the country, we have those type of roles as well, which I'll get into. Go ahead and flip to the next slide. So these are some of the different industries that we get into. Some of the big ones that we get into there in Minnesota is going to be kind of our gas distribution. our power delivery, such as the large power lines that go along the road that you see. And then our sewer and water division, that's definitely a big one, especially with working with, cities such as Minneapolis, a little bit older. They're, kind of starting to repair some of those sewer lines. And we can do that without having to tear any of it up. We can actually just work right underneath the road and not have to worry about it. So go ahead and flip to 2 more slides. I didn't realize they were going to do this. All right, so these are some of the different positions that we have that we're always looking for. So laborers and operators are probably our largest need, whether it's at the Minnesota offices or really any of our offices throughout the country. We're always looking for people. We are a union contractor, and so the majority of our laborers and operators are all going through the union. They're working hard. They're working 50, 60, 70 hours a week. We had, obviously, with COVID and everything that we're going through, we didn't skip a beat. We actually were able to just keep on working. Nothing slowed us down. We actually probably were busier during that time, especially on my end as far as the hiring. People that were laid off from other companies, they were able to kind of jump in with us. So it was definitely huge for us and kind of showing that we're so diversified that nothing's really going to slow us down. So project management interns, if you know anybody, or if yourself are going through school for construction management, any type of engineering, typically around that civil engineering, mechanical engineering, we have internships throughout the summer, throughout the school year as well. Health and safety coordinators. The majority of these positions do require travel. That's something I kind of want to hit on, is traveling. You might be based out of Minneapolis or out of like our Rogers location. But you could travel, throughout the state of Minnesota. You could jump into Wisconsin. You might get into the Dakotas, or some of the positions. If you're really up for it, you can really, we have positions that travel down to Florida. So a lot of that travel is kind of dependent on you and what you want to do, but it definitely is going to be beneficial for what you want to do. And then along with these, I think we have about 75 positions on our website right now. So these are just kind of some of the main ones that we hit on right now. Up in Brooklyn Park, I know we do have our senior project manager position for our foundations group, project manager for foundations, also in the Brooklyn Park location. And then we have a underground labor and underground drill operator out of our Rogers location, basically working with fiber optics for like internet and underground power. So those are kind of the big ones that we have right now out of those locations. But, I could get back to my office and all of a sudden they say, actually, just kidding, we actually need 6 more to go. So positions are always changing. We're just constantly growing. We've definitely, the growth has been there for this last couple of years. So we don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. So go ahead and flip the last slide. And I know you guys have this in your chat. This is just the contact information if you wanted to write it down. Otherwise, you do have it in your chat. I think that's my quick spiel.
Thank you so much, DJ. I have some questions for you, and then I'll turn it over to see if we have some that are pending in Facebook and such. But do you offer any apprenticeships?
They do have apprenticeships. Typically, they go through the union. All of our positions, we actually hire straight through the union hall. Some of the positions, we always try to, with some of our contracts that we have to go through the union. We have to make sure that, there's no one sitting on the bench. We can't just bring people in and say, actually, we don't want any of your people. We're just bringing ours in. We try to, there's certain obligations that we have to have that, we bring in so many from the hall. So we typically always try to look at the hall first. So as far as the apprenticeships, typically they go through the hall itself.
Are there any direct hire without going through the union for any entry-level positions?
Yeah, some of our locations have like yard positions or shop positions where they might be able to like come into, say, the Lakeville yard. We have a corporate yard there, and they could come in and be a shop assistant. So they could do basically a lot of the labor type of work, but they're going to be in a shop. So they could be, cleaning the shop. They could be sweeping. They could be taking out garbage. They could be helping move equipment, things like that. It's just the ones that are in the shops are non-union, but anything out on the job site all have to be union.
Okay, you hear that, folks? that if you are not part of the union and don't even know perhaps even what a union is, they do have positions that are non-union as well. So feel free, check out in chat. We've got the information in there for you to contact DJ. Ray, are there any questions pending in chat right now?
No questions at this time, Eric.
All right, and I'm just going to check with our Facebook.
We do have one question via Facebook.
Go ahead.
That question is around community safety, and it's how can young entrepreneurs who have ideas about safety tap into those services to build the skill and be supported in their entrepreneurial journey as well? And I might actually refer that question to the end, but I'll leave that up to you.
Kind of cut or lost some of that. Can you repeat that again?
Yep, no problem. So the question was around community safety. How can young entrepreneurs who have ideas about safety tap into these services to build the skills and support their entrepreneurial journey as well?
Yeah, I can kind of hit on it real quick. As far as safety goes, I mean, there's always, there's different programs out there as far as schooling goes, or even some of our safety coordinators. Their safety is huge. It's something that we definitely try to strive onto. But yeah, there's definitely groups. There's a lot of groups, especially on like LinkedIn. They have specific safety groups that people can go in there and kind of ask those questions and say, okay, I'm getting started here. What if we did this, this, and this, and why don't we do this? Leaving it up to the safety professionals, who have been doing it for 10, 20 years, are able to really get people onto their journey. And yeah, we definitely bring in entry level as well, somebody who wants to learn and be able to kind of take that career. We definitely take that path as well. Hopefully that answered it.
Excellent.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions pending on the audience side? All right. Well, then, DJ, we'll have you come back in a little bit. Thank you so much. And we will let you go ahead and pop out, and we'll have our next presenter present.
Thank you.
Presentation. Thank you. Our next presenter is from Ramsey County, which is an Urban League territory, right? Because we're the Urban League Twin Cities. So we are really excited to have someone from across the river. Well, I just told on myself, I'm not in Ramsey County. I'm a Hennepin County person, but no hating. We're loving. But it's good to have Ramsey County, the whole county here today. And the representative of that county is Ali Muhammad, and she is the HR supervisor. Hello, Ali, how are you?
I'm good. Hello. Thanks for having me today. I appreciate being here. And that it's okay that you're across the river. We invite people from across the river to come over to this side of the river as well.
Come on over
we
to my
do
side.
have the capital on our side, so that's different over on your side. So
Capital is here for the capital. Ali, take it away.
perfect. So thanks everyone for having us join today. It's great to be here. As Eric said earlier, my name is Alitha Muhammad. I go by Ali. I'm the HR supervisor, and I have been with Ramsey County now for almost 8 years. It'll be 8 years in October, and I do enjoy working in the county that I also live in. So I am a St. Paul person. I grew up here, so it's really great to be on this virtual fair today. I'm here representing Ramsey County. The first slide here is just a little bit about our organization and some of our vision and values and our goals. As you can see, well-being, prosperity, opportunity, and accountability are very important keys for us. Most importantly, we are about serving our residents first. How do we serve our community? How do we make sure the community is involved in the things that Ramsey County is doing? And most importantly, how do we help to make sure that those individuals who live in our community also can work in the same community that represents them? Go ahead to the next slide, please. One of our key things that I sort of want to talk about today and really highlight is that Ramsey County is hiring. We do have a residents first focus. Most of the jobs that we have open range from full-time to part-time. Some of them are temp positions. Some of them are limited term positions. Overall, we only hire when we have vacancies available. So if you're looking on our website for specific information about a position that you're interested in and you don't see it, I'll give you some more information about how you can then sign up to be notified. Some of the jobs I want to highlight today include our shelter wellness positions. As you know, during this COVID time, we've had to address some of the housing needs for our homeless individuals in our community. So we are hiring both shelter wellness and shelter wellness lead workers, depending on your qualification. So it's very important that when you're filling out your application, that you really highlight your customer service skills, you highlight your ability to work with people and to resolve issues or de-escalate situations. So we're looking for a variety of individuals for those positions. Those positions in the shelter are what we call limited duration. However, there is the ability for those positions to be potentially expanded. Another position we have open is an assistant probation officer. A level 1 is what we have right now. It is an intermittent on-call position. Maybe has the potential to go more full-time, part-time, but if that's a career area you're looking to get into, you're a new college grad and you want to experience that new work, this would be a great opportunity for you to transition to that role as well. Our favorite position is our forensic technician. So if you have a love for the deceased and helping to prep bodies and understand the circumstances in which they passed away, and have a care for the dead, a forensic technician is also a position we have open and available as well. So for those who are looking for more administrator type positions or to lead in a different capacity, we do have an administrator position open at our Lake Owasso residence. It is an unclassified position. What you see on the screen right now is the annual salary range. So depending on your qualifications and what you have to bring to the position, there is the possibility to negotiate a higher entry-level position if you're looking for that. And as I said before, we do have several temporary positions open. One to highlight is our elections administrator. So if you ever wanted to work in the elections field or get a feel for that overall experience, we do have some temp positions open there. We also have temp positions if you're interested in working with our career labs that we opened up recently at several Twin Cities locations as well as suburban Ramsey County locations for helping individuals sort of with their career goals as well as finding employment. We are looking for an employment services coordinator to help coordinate our career labs that we have open as well. So as you can see, Ramsey County is hiring, like I said before, hiring full-time, part-time, as well as temp and limited duration positions, and we do invite you to go out to our website and see some of that information. Next slide, please. We do offer benefits with some of our positions as well. This is just to highlight what some of those benefit opportunities are. A lot of these benefits are dependent on the shift that you do work, as well as your work schedule. Depending on how many hours you work a week, your benefit level will be at a certain level, and versus if you're on call or intermittent, those benefits may look a little different. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I have put the website information on this slide so that you can go to our website and see our employee benefits. Next slide, please. The most important part about applying for Ramsey County positions is where do you go? So that is our website. If you go to ramseycounty.us and click on the jobs link, that'll bring you to this page right here where all of our job opportunities are listed. As I said before, with most of our positions, we only have them open when we have a vacancy. Some of them are open continuously and some of them will close at a specific time and date. Most of the times they do close at 4:30 p.m. on a specific date. So it's very important that when you click on that position that you look at the close date, because we do close it for real, because we want to have a consistent process for everybody who's applying. One of the key things about applying to any government position is that you have to answer those supplemental questions that are listed on the posting. That is how we get a feel for who you are, how you meet the minimum qualifications for the position, as well as provide some information about yourself, about your skill set, your knowledge, and your abilities to perform that work. So if you fail to answer those questions, there's a strong possibility that your application may not go any further than if you pass the minimum qualifications or not. So it's very important to answer the supplemental questions on your application. If there's a position that you don't see, excuse me? Oh, if there's a position that you don't see, if you go onto our jobs page, and right in the middle of the page is going to be something called Notify Me. You can click on that and subscribe to get Ramsey County job postings so that when postings do come live, you'll get a notification that a position is open, and then you can look at it from there.
Oh, yeah. He's trying to knock them off their block immediately. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to knock them off their block immediately.
Sorry, I'm not muted.
Build no momentum.
Okay, so if anybody has any questions, you can, if you contact me, the best contact for me is to actually contact hr@ramseycounty.us. That is a person is always looking at that email. So if there's any questions you have specifically for me, they will be sent to me. If you do send them to me directly, I will do my best to answer you within the first 24 hours. But just be mindful, sometimes I don't get to them right away. So the best contact is to contact hr@ramseycounty.us, and we can definitely triage those questions that you have about positions in the organization. That's all I have so for Ramsey County.
Well, Ollie, that was phenomenal. And I just want to dig in a little bit more because I was just doing my little calculations here. And that shelter wellness assistant, you mean you're telling us that you're paying like $35,000 to $45,000 for that position? So what is required? What does it consist of?
So the shelter wellness position, what they do is first you just have to have a high school diploma. That's all you have to have. And you have to be 18 to work in that position. Yes. But
and you're going to make $45,000 a year?
Potentially, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And what will they do? What do they do?
What they do is they check individuals into either the hotel or the shelter that we're located at. We have 2 hotels. We have Mary Hall, which is a Catholic Charities facility that we also have. And then we also have Boys Totem Town that we're also using as a shelter site. And so they will check individuals in, make sure that individuals are eating and provide them with meals. They're constantly cleaning and making sure we're doing social distancing as well as having a safe environment. They also help residents in sort of the needs that they need. Do they need transportation to a doctor's appointment? Do they need assistance with getting their laundry cleaned? Do they have questions about a bill or how to apply for a job, or what resources do they have? So your shelter assistant really has a broad position, a part to play in making sure that our residents are safe, that they're cared for in an appropriate way, and most importantly, that we're connecting them with resources as we know and have them.
That is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
It's a real high-touch customer service position. You don't have to have shelter experience, but if you have experience working with people, if you know how to de-escalate situations, if you appreciate being around people and you don't mind that you have to work during this time around people during COVID, we do have all the safety parameters in place for those individuals as well working in our shelters.
So Ollie, are they spending the night at the shelter too? They are
spending the night. We do have 3 shifts, so it's a 24-hour operation. So our first shift is 7 to 3:30. Our second shift is sort of our midday shift. It's from 3 to 11:30, and then we have a night shift from 11 to 7:30. And then they all overlap and have huddles so that each shift is talking about what each shift did afterwards. They're awake positions, not sleeping positions. So the overnight people will be up with residents patrolling the area and providing support to those individuals in the evening as well.
Are there more than one shelter wellness person working per shift, or is it 1 per shift?
No, we have several individuals working per shift.
Okay. But they're not cooking. They're not cleaning toilets.
Well, if they have to clean up, that may be an other duty as assigned, but it's important that we keep the facilities clean and functional for those individuals who are there. So there may be some of that. We also have janitorial services that come out. We have security as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. But you know, sometimes things happen and you may need to jump in, but we do have safety precautions and parameters in place for that.
Think of that, an 18-year-old making close to $50,000 a year.
You
Just
know?
being friendly to people, right? And helping people.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to, you could be 35, 45, 55, 65 and still make that kind of money.
You can. It's a great part-time job for somebody who wants to have some extra money but still loves supporting the public and working with people. It's great for individuals who are transitioning, who maybe want to go into the human services field. It's a great opportunity to get that experience and learn a little bit more about what those services are for individuals as well. So if you're looking for a career change, this is a great position to go into. If you've been in human services for a long time and you want to try something different, this is an opportunity as well. If you're making a career change and you still like working with people, this is also another opportunity. So we welcome many skill sets working in our shelters.
And it's full-time and part-time positions.
Yeah, it is. We have a strong need for second and third shift. That's what we're really hiring and looking for right now. But you can work anywhere from 1 day a week to 4 days a week. We really need individuals for the weekends, which is very important for us to do that. But if you can work one weekend shift, we'll more than happy. We'll take you.
Wow. And you got a lot of those positions. Many of those positions are open right now.
We have about 40 right now that we're
40.
filling. Yeah, 40 positions. And that's only because we have individuals who are transitioning and going back to school. So their schedules may be changing. So we're getting ready for that sort of switch from the summertime. Now school is starting back up as well. So we want to be mindful that we have enough individuals to continue to do the work we're doing for our residents.
In county jobs, benefits are like wonderful.
I'm still here after 8 years, so they're doing something right.
Benefits are wonderful. Maybe even free health insurance for single people. You never know, right?
Well, we'll see. It's not up to me. I know that's something we'll have to negotiate and make sure it's something that we can do for everyone and not just a small group. So that's
Great.
very important. Mm-hmm.
Ray, do you have somebody in chat that has a question for you?
Yes, question regarding the application process. How long does it take to have an application reviewed?
It depends on the position. A lot of our positions are open anywhere from 10 days. That's the minimum, is 10 business days. From there, depending on how the selection process is set up by the hiring department, it could be another, 1 to 2 weeks. And then from there, we start the interview process, and that could anywhere be from 1 to 2 weeks. We try to make sure our application process from the time we close the position to when we start interviewing is anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. I know that seems long. In government, things take time. So I ask people to be very patient, but just know that we have processes that we have to follow. As a public employer, it's very important for us to be very mindful of treating everyone in the same manner, in the same way as they go through our hiring process. So that's my answer for today. It could change tomorrow.
But if you really look at that and consider it, Ollie, 4 to 6 weeks really isn't that long. I mean, especially if people are on unemployment right now, they're still making money while they're looking, right? And 4 to 6 weeks, you're still getting paid unemployment. And then all of a sudden you go into this phenomenal salary that Ramsey County is offering. But those that are not on unemployment, of course, 4 to 6 weeks may seem like forever, but you have to just look at this possibility that you may get a job and those non-payment days are way behind you because now you're getting a full-time permanent salary from Ramsey County. Stay on board, Ollie. We have no Facebook questions. Facebookers, make sure that you can ask questions too while we're live. Now you're going to see this recording going on and on throughout the next weeks, but right now, as we're live, you can ask questions, and we have somebody that will make sure that we get those questions answered. Everybody else, all of our presenters, if they will come back on board, we've got Rosa Antoine, and DJ. And we are going to go now to our panel discussion for the next few minutes. And this is an opportunity to ask questions. It's open up to everybody, our job developers from the Urban League, Twin Cities, all of our audience and guests. Anybody can ask questions at this time. So we open up the floor. You've got right here, you've got 4 people that are representing companies that are hiring for positions, paid positions. And they all have positions that they wished could be filled today. And they wish they could be filled by you. By you. Do you qualify? Do you have a question to see if you qualify? Maybe you've got a question because you got some barriers in the background that you're just sort of concerned about. These are the people that you want to ask. And they're here and they'll be transparent with you and let you know. So it's open. Open the gates. Here we go. Ray, as they come in, just let me know, interrupt me speaking. Joffrey, as they're coming in on Facebook, just interrupt me speaking and we will answer as many questions as we can. I do have a question as they are getting ready to fill the floodgates, I hope. And I'll ask each and every one of you. So we know that it's a 4 to 6 week process with Ramsey County. You've answered that. DJ, what about you? How long, if a person puts an application in, and I know you're pulling from the union and such, how long does that process usually take?
It depends. We have a couple roles that, could be 2 weeks. Typically, we try to fill within 40 days so I would say around that 3 to 4 weeks is kind of the goal that we're really trying to push for. Some positions, like our project managers are higher level, they take a little bit longer. They're a couple months, 2-3 months out, just trying to find that right candidate. But typically our entry level, you're sitting at about 3 to 4 weeks.
About 3 to 4 weeks, okay. Antoine, I put my application in today. When am I hired?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Are you for real?
No,
Let me up! No.
A little bit more of a process than that, but typically within a week, we can kind of get you going on some type of shift, depending again on how fast you complete your 12-hour assessment, and we kind of get your background back. Right now with COVID, they're kind of backed up just a little bit, but we do have access or the ability to run a what we call a quick screen or a quick scan of one's background, just to make sure that there's nothing any extremely red flag or something like that there, that we can still put them to work pending the primary background check.
Okay, so about a week. That's pretty good, pretty big turnaround. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
really
it goes relatively quick.
Okay. Rosa, I believe you had mentioned it in your presentation, but I'll just have you remind everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. So some of our positions can start as early as a week. So I've had warehouse employees interview on a Tuesday and start the following Monday. IT typically needs about a week processing time. So for like a warehouse role, it could take a week or less. Other roles could take 4 to 6 weeks, depending on the interview process. We do start most people with background still pending. So that isn't a hard stop with the time delay on background checks. But again, if something's found on a background and we have to have a discussion and everything like that. One thing I did want to add to my presentation earlier, though, is our backgrounds. Our HR director is a previous attorney. And so she actually reviews all backgrounds and she evaluates them on a more of a broad spectrum. And we don't have any necessarily specific, very hard stops, because she likes to have those discussions and she definitely wants to give people second chances. So there usually isn't something that is a hard stop.
That's really good. That's good news. What we find sometimes with people that have barriers is that they've been off papers for 20 years, but the record and some companies are going back like 20 years.
Yep.
And it's like, that was 20 years ago. I was 10 years old, right?
Great.
And you're still not hiring me. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so are you guys like that too?
We're
Ramsey
not.
County? Are you 20 years back? Well, checks.
We
Depending
look
on
at,
position?
for Ramsey County, we look, we usually go back 7 years, but we look at your whole record and we make the determination, are you going into a field where technically we can't hire you in that position? Or is it related to the position you're going in, and do we need to take that into consideration? So it is a case by case basis, and we look at that very holistically for the individual. And you do see that you have individuals who committed a crime. It's been 20 years, it's still on their record. They have nothing else on their record. And it's like, okay, is this related to the position they're going into? And if it's a no, a lot of times then our answer is they've passed. So we do look at all those things on a case by case basis. And we have an administrative policy that we have to follow. That's part of the Minnesota statutes. So we follow chapters 364. So if anybody has questions about that, we have a statute related to what we can not accept, unfortunately. And then we do have an administrative policy that we look at holistically. And then if we have to, we do refer things to our county attorney's office if we need to go that far.
Excellent. Anybody else want to chime in on their policies for ex-felons?
You know, ours is, you know, pretty much 7 years as well. And we kind of look at the totality of the circumstances of whatever that issue that they may have had. Because a lot of things is able to be expunged and things of that nature. And if a person is seriously interested in security, we have resources, partnerships that we can send them to help them get that expunged. So then therefore they are able to come back, you know, and apply. So we try to help people out as well. And again, most things after 7 years is expungible, just kind of depending.
Excellent. DJ, you want to chime in?
Yeah, so we only have a couple positions that actually require a background check. With us being a construction company, you know, being out in the field, you know, we don't have a ton of positions that really, we don't ask it. I guess if that's anything, you know.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah. And so, you know, we have, like I said, we have a couple roles. Some of our higher, a little bit more confidential type of roles. We do go into the background side of it, but I would say 75% of ours, we don't actually, our biggest thing is a driver's license, making sure that you can drive.
All right, you guys heard it. Ray, do we have any pending questions in our chat?
Yes, a question for Rosa in regards to administrative positions or HR positions. Are those available right now?
That's an awesome question. We currently do not have any admin roles or HR roles, but if there are changes, they would be posted to our career site, which is at that link.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask that question to Ollie.
Ramsey County, we just ran an exam for HR generalist some time ago. It closed probably about 2 weeks ago. So if someone was interested, they would have had to have their application in at that time. Right now, it's closed. And so we had over 400 applications for that position. So we're going through and reviewing those applications now. So we did have one open.
What about administration?
You know, we do have a few, and excuse me, I'm gonna go look at another screen for a moment. I'm just looking on our website to see what we have available here. Come on.
Antoine, can you use any HR people? No, not at this point in time. We do not have any HR positions available, but I will say that we are growing pretty rapidly right now, and that's why we're really kind of pushing to get folks kind of on board. So there is definitely some room for growth, you know, in the rankings, but there's none at the management level at this point.
So no need for an office manager or a payroll specialist or anything like that?
Not that I am aware of, but again, there are some things in the works with our company that they will be looking for, some office people, in the near future. Yes, but just not at this point.
Okay. What did you find, Ollie?
Right now, we just have a temporary elections administrator, so that is a very administrative role. The assistant probation officer is also an administrative function. They do work with a lot of individuals who are working with their parole officers and helping those individuals find resources around jobs or housing or training that they need as part of their case from when they are released. So we have those, right now, those are the two main positions that I can see that have an administrative touch to them.
Okay, all right. And DJ, you would go through the union for those separate roles, correct?
Nope. So to try to clear up some of that union confusion. So only the guys are out in the field. So like our laborers and operators are the only ones that are union. Project managers, administrative, everybody else are actually non-union. So it's just the ones that are actually physically touching the equipment, the shovels, and the dirt. Basically, are the ones that are in the union. But yeah, as far as the administrative, we currently don't have any available out there as well. But we do. I mean, all of our offices have administrative positions. I think they typically have anywhere between, depending on the size of the yard, one for the actual office and one for out in the yard. So they could have anywhere from 2 to 4 or 5 admins kind of in each yard. So.
Great. Are you all finding that because there's so many people that are unemployed due to COVID, that you're getting, like, for one position, like hundreds of resumes?
We from Excalibur, we feel that we're not getting enough applicants.
Say that again?
We're not getting enough applicants.
Wow. That's encouraging.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
people are listening.
So we encourage folks to get with me, connect with me, call me, email me, whatever, and let's get you in the door.
And perhaps somebody's watching us today and they say, that's not for me, but I have my friend or my cousin or my nephew or whatever who is looking. You can pass this information on to anybody in your family and circle of friends. I mean,
absolutely.
Right. The positions are for anybody to apply for. You just happen to be, the people just happen to be on the virtual job fair watching, but if they hear something that's ringing sort of an itching their ear for somebody else, please pass this information on to them as well.
Yeah, and typically, and we understand that security is typically a stepping stone to bigger and better things, whether that's, corrections, law enforcement, or just even some of these other more higher paying security positions that are that's not contract.
Sure.
So we really try to help and embrace those going on to bigger and better things. We don't hold that against them. We just thank them for their time and their service, and we kind of keep rolling. But it can start right here with you. Come on in.
That was a good commercial plug. Well, if there's no more questions in our chat or Facebook, that's a question. No response.
No more questions via Facebook.
All right. Any one of our presenters want to have any last words to give your commercial pitch to everybody that's watching and listening? Antoine did a really good one. Is there anybody else that wants to give a little commercial? Rosa, you look like you want to.
I don't know if it's quite a commercial, but I highly, highly recommend everyone take a look at our careers page. Like I said, we welcome everyone to apply. We believe in second chances. So don't let something on your background ever scare you from applying to our roles. And yeah, we welcome everyone.
And you train people. That's the piece I'm really into, that you will train people's skills to do like the creators of Monopoly, right? And Battleship and all those other games. That's, you know, I think that's really phenomenal. Thank you, Rosa. DJ,
Absolutely.
give me your commercial pitch.
I wouldn't necessarily it's going to be a commercial pitch, but just in general, I mean, any of these companies, you know, feel free to apply because there's jobs out there. So if you're having a hard time, you know, definitely jump into a job. The worst case scenario, they're going to give you advice to try to help you get that next job. You know, nobody's ever going to turn you away and, you know, shrug your shoulder and say, you know, go away, you know, you're not good enough for us. Especially us, you know, we're kind of that same thing. It's like, we're going to give you that chance. And, you know, a lot of ours for us is culture. You know, we're a family owned company. So come in and, you know, come be part of our family and we'll train you how to be better and, you know, keep moving up that ladder.
Excellent. Thank you. That was good too. Wow, you guys are good. My Twin River friend from Ramsey, the other side of the river. What kind of commercial pitch do you have for us?
I think my pitch would be you don't know until you apply and you don't know until you ask. So if you have questions about a position, ask. There's the person listed on all of our postings that you can connect with, and you're not going to know if you're going to get it until you actually apply and apply yourself and do it. So that would be my pitch. Just do it.
Do it. Just do it. Everyone just say, just do it. Just do it. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Rosa, Antoine, DJ, Ali. Thank you so much for being a part of our virtual job fair at the Urban League Twin Cities today. This will be played over and over in Facebook. If you want to watch how you all looked, you can certainly go to Facebook under the Urban League Twin Cities and watch this over and over and over again. Send it to your family and friends. We thank you. All of the information is in chat and how to get a hold of this wonderful crew that is with us today. And if you are on Facebook as well, those that are watching on Zoom, you can certainly go to the Urban League Twin Cities site and see a replay of this if there's anything that you missed. Thank you guys. If we ever need you to come back again with more jobs, will you do that, all of you?
Absolutely.
Sure
Yes,
will.
sir.
Yes, yes, thank you, thank you. We're going to take that into serious consideration too. So thank you all. Thank you for joining in. You can turn off your cameras and your mics. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Well, you heard it. You heard it from the best. These people know what they're doing and they're doing it well and they're hiring, and we want you to take advantage of this. If there's anything that was itching your ear, go for it. Why not? Just do it. As Ali said, just do it. But I also want you to do something else. I really want you to take a look at the Urban League Twin Cities. You really should get connected with a job developer and have them help you and assist you in your career path. I also want to sort of brag, if I may, at the Urban League Twin Cities, we have an IT institute. So I heard Rosa say something about IT, and it just, you know, when I hear IT, it just sort of makes my blood just sort of get excited, because our IT institute at the Urban League Twin Cities, number one, is phenomenal. Number two, we won a national award for it. And we will train you in Cisco. We will train you in CompTIA. And for the mere cost of $50,000 a quarter, I'm kidding. It's actually no cost. I know, get off the floor. Pick yourself up. Right. How can you go to an IT institute that's tens of thousands of dollars to go through and you pay not one dime? Well, that's because the Urban League Twin Cities offers that. And not only that, you'll get an industry recognized certification, which is globally recognized. You can move to Saudi Arabia and do IT with the certification you get at our IT institute. Right now, we're doing all of our classes online. So you can be sitting in the comfort of your home and learning IT while you're watching your kids. And afterwards, we help put you and place you in an IT job. IT jobs will start off at like 40,000 on up, right? So we want you to know that. So if you're really interested in something like this, really need to get in touch with a job developer. And they will have not only IT, but all the other things that the Urban League Twin Cities has to offer. 612-302-3100. 612-302-3100 is how you can get in touch. On behalf of Stephen Belton, our CEO and president of the Urban League Twin Cities, our management, our senior management, and our staff, we thank you for attending our virtual job fair today. Have a great rest of your week.